Hello, hello. This is Alexa from Type A for Alexa, and this video is another spread in my junk drawer notebook. I finally got that right. Normally I say planner, but it is in fact just a notebook that I will be using to track all sorts of things in the year 2025. So my goal is to have it completely set up and ready to go by January 1st, and time is short. So let's get started. If you haven't seen any of the other videos on this notebook so far, we've done a little bit of stickering on the opening cover. Still haven't decided what I want to put here. I turned that front weirdly stuck down page into a pocket. I did like a window cutout on this page, and this will eventually be the cover page to my tracking section. I just haven't 100% decided what I want it to look like yet, and since that is not necessary for the 1st of January, we'll save that till last. I've done a future log with a really cool Dutch door in the middle that also extends to the first 4 months of 2026, because I know once I get some way through 2025, I'll need a little bit of that. I did quite a few year in pixel layouts with more Dutch doors and divider tabs to track lots of different things that I like to keep track of and be able to see a yearly snapshot of. I did a super simple and functional period tracker because honestly, this is the one I'm least interested in, so it didn't need to be anything wild. But I did something really cool for an anxiety tracker. I made it an actual like openable burn book with the calendar tracking stickers. And in a totally different section, I have done a monthly bill snapshot just so I can see what days some of my bills are due and the amount. And I made it look like an old-timey diner guest check. But back in the tracking section, today we will be working on my weight tracker. So I have penciled it out just because I really needed to make sure I had the spacing correct on this before I started in with any pen or cutting. This will be another Dutch door spread because, and I'm not giving this advice to anybody, I'm not saying anybody should do this. I personally weigh myself every day. I just like to see that fluctuation and then where I started at the beginning of the month and where I ended, but what happened in the middle too. So since I basically needed a spread where I'm going to be tracking every day of the year, but with such a wide variable, like who knows what I'm going to weigh in 3 months, 6 months. Like the only way I could figure out how to do it was to basically break the year up into like mini graphs for each month. And so I'm giving myself a 6-pound variance for each month, but I'm not even going to put the weight parameters on it until that month comes, because like I said, who knows what I'm going to weigh. I might need a different 6-pound difference in February than I did in January. So come January 1st, I will weigh myself, decide what my 6-pound variance is going to be, because that tends to be what I average on my fluctuations. I don't go any more than like 3 to 4 pounds for the whole month. So I will set January's, record that for the whole month, and then at the end of January, I will decide what February's weight fluctuation is going to be. But at least I will have the base of all the graphs down. So since I needed to do it that way, this couldn't be a vertical spread. I didn't have enough room this way for 31 days of a month. So this is going to be kind of a horizontal spread. So the days 1 through 31 will be down here, and we have 3 line graphs per page, which means it has to span 2 spreads. So instead of having to do a weight tracker header twice, I'm just going to cut the tops of the middle one so that it is a Dutch door that keeps the same header across the top. If that sounds confusing, you will see what I mean when we are finished. So the first thing, and you can see I put cut, no cut. I'm really trying to not mess this up, no cut. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the piece that makes it the Dutch door. And I'm going to be doing that with this craft cutting mat and an X-Acto knife and a ruler. Nothing fancy. I knew I should have changed my X-Acto knife blade before this video. I used it all day for work today and it was not the best. We will be changing that for tomorrow. So that top part is separated, and I just need to gently cut it out of the center of the book, but since this is the world's dullest X-Acto knife now, it's going to take me a couple swipes. Definitely should have changed this blade. I use my X-Acto blade so much for work. I go through like a blade a week. Is that a lot? To me, it sounds like a lot. Okay, and let's just do a little corner rounding here, just so that it looks finished. Whoa, finished and pretty. So now you can see the Dutch door part where the header will be up here, and even as I flip a page, the weight tracker header will still be visible. Now that I say that, I realized I didn't pull out the stencil for the header, so let me go do that. I'll be right back. Okay, grab those stencils. So I think the next step, I'm just gonna draw the outlines of all these graphs. Like I said, all that's gonna go down today will be the days 1 through 31. I'm gonna do it at the top here. And then I'm not even gonna put the weights on the side. That I will have to decide closer to January. And then I will put the months up here. So this is just gonna be some lines for now until we get into the year. So not a crazy in-depth spread, not even something that pretty to look at. What do I wanna start with? I'll start here. But it will be super functional, and I will still be able to track all of the information I want to track for the entire year. And I definitely did try to look up other ways I could do this and make it like prettier and more creative. But while I want this notebook to be super fun, I also need it to be very functional. This is information that I really value. I've been tracking things like this for 3 to 4 years now, and it has really helped me break some bad habits, gain some good habits. It's really helped me. So some of these just have to be functional. They're not going to be that pretty, and that's okay. So, like I said, each month has enough room for a 6-pound weight variance, I think. And hopefully I never need more than that. If I do, we're just gonna have to figure out how to note that. And like I said, I'm not recommending that you weigh yourself every day. I'm not recommending that you weigh yourself at all. This is nothing like that. This is just information that my brain likes to have. So I'm gonna wait a bit before I erase these lines because I don't want to smudge the black. And I will start on this side so that I'm not pushing on that. And since this spread, like the functionality of it takes up so much room, there's really not much room left for a decoration or a theme. So I think I'm just gonna add color with the header and the monthly header stickers and call it a day. There's not really gonna be a theme or any extra fun bits. But to be quite honest, I think after this spread, oh, I needed to go up one more with that. All of my like boring ones are done. So the rest will definitely have fun stuff going on. The spread I did before this was my cycle tracker Definitely one of the most boring ones I've done, the spread. But again, that's purely for function, purely for informational purposes. So it's okay. My black line went a little out there. So I'm gonna grab the white out. Once I erase those lines, I'll fix that black line a little bit. So I can erase some of this stuff. This says no cut. I know now we should not cut. And this has a little bit of pencil on it. Is it just me or is that not erasing? There we go. Thought I was seeing things. Okay. Hope I don't smudge any of this. That looks good. I know the days are gonna go up here. Gotta write those in. Okay. I think the erasing is done. Let's fix this little corner. Alrighty. So the base is down and good. We can do numbers now. So I'm just gonna write them on these dots above. Try to keep myself in line. Good, I ended on the right dot. So I'm not gonna put this down here too. Obviously I can tell these numbers all the way through. So I'm just gonna do it at the top of this page for these three and so on. So I'll just fast forward through this part. Okay, the date numbers are done. Now can put the monthly headers on. The top's here. So I have two options. These are both sticker sheets that I offer in my shop, and I'm torn. So I can do the typewriter font, and this is on clear sticker paper. Those will fit. But I think I want to do the whimsical font with the color because the spread is just, it doesn't have a theme or anything fun about it. And I think the color will help. But then I was thinking, as I was writing all those numbers, that if I do the colors, then maybe to add some color to the spread, I highlight every other line in a coordinating color. What do we feel about that? Comment below what you feel about that. I won't be able to know till this is already done, but I think that's what I'm gonna do because why not? Why not make it colorful? So the header's gonna go right there. And the goal is to not be able to see them when you flip the page. So I gotta keep them below that pencil line. And I will eventually erase that pencil. January, February, March. I gotta make sure I do this right. So like I said, these are stickers that I offer in my shop. If you are interested, I offer 3 different font styles. This is the Whimsical. This is the Typewriter. There's also a dainty font that's like a thin script. I offer them in clear, regular matte, colored, not colored, large and small. This is the small version. You can find those at www.typeaforalexa.com. Shameless shop plug. This is my shop YouTube page after all. January, February, March, April, May. This will also help me make sure that I have the correct stickers on the sticker sheet. May, June. And see, when I was adding color to these sheets, I did it so that the colors repeated every 6 months. So I think this will look cute. Every other line highlighted in the rainbow. June, July. August. September's a long one. November. October. November and December. And as you can see, the smaller version comes with 2 sets of the monthly stickers. And that's that. All right, so the monthly headers are down. I can erase this line now. Get that out of the way. I have so many eraser shavings on my desk. Trying not to like erase the sticker. I think that one's good. Just this one. Okay. I wish I had one of those little desk vacuum thingies. Alrighty, there's our base. Should I do the stencil at the top first or the every other line highlight? Let's do the every other line highlight, why not? Since I didn't plan for this, I don't actually have coordinating colors out, so we're gonna have to do a little test and see. Those are super bright and pigmented. And I don't think these are any of the correct colors. All right, I need to scrap a piece of paper. Hold, please. I just ripped something out of my tester notebook. So I want to find close matches to these colors. Let's start with June. Again, this was not part of the plan. Okay, I think that has to be June, right? That's June. May is blush. Yep, perfect. April, orange. Oh yeah, that one's good. March. That's close, but let's see this one. Better. February is like a golden yellow. What about this? Sounds pretty good. Because I think this will be too yellow, too yellowy. Yeah. And then January is like a bubblegum. That is like a hot pink, but I think this has too much purple undertone. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be this one. I feel like that's the only one that doesn't match perfectly. That's just a little, like that's close, but that's a little too red. I think this one's too red too. Why are these two so similar? That is so close to the same color. I think we're gonna go with the first one, which was that one. All right, we are mixing Tombow and Mildliners here, but that is okay. I will put all that away another time. So, like I said, we're gonna do an every other line highlight. Again, this was not part of the plan. So if I do the bottom one, yeah. Or should I do it on the dots? This is my tester planner. You can see where I wrote, let's test it in here. That's what this is for. I can do every other line like this in the boxes. Or I can do it on the dots. I think the dots are too busy and that would make it really apparent that I can't draw a straight line. So we're gonna go every other line, starting from the bottom. I'm always so nervous to do this for the first time. That makes me like want to also highlight up there, but that would be just weird. So that's it for that one. I can't stay in the lines. I really gotta get better at this. I'm a little sad that it ends with like a blank row at the top. But like I said, this wasn't part of the plan. So we're just winging it. And I don't know, maybe the lines ruin the whole thing, but I like color. And this will just be filled in with little black dots, and then I'll connect to the days, make it a line graph. So only black will be going on top of this. Ugh, I'm so bad at lines. I want to like fix that, but okay, let's do it again. This is why they say to do every other line highlights with a very pale color, so that it's not as obvious when you can't draw a straight line. Does Alexa ever listen? No. I have a serious question. Oh, I just kicked my wall. Actually, never mind. No, I don't, because I can't do it. I was gonna say, should I just extend these all one more so I can get a solid 4 lines in? But I can't to the top because I drew my numbers too close. So no, I can't. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Although you might be upset and never want to watch my channel again, and that would make me sad. But like I've said in other spread videos, progress, not perfection. I will have learned something from this. Okay. There's our color for the graphs. Listen, it is what it is at this point. And now I just have to do the header on top. So I have some Oopsie Daisy stencils and I have some fonts in the back. I think this bubbly font will look good because the other one I have is more like straight. But do I have two of the same? I definitely have two of the same. Not sure why. So it looks like it's all gonna have to be lowercase, which is fine. But that's interesting. I think I meant to get an uppercase. Oopsie. I don't know if they sent me the wrong thing or if I ordered the wrong thing, but too late now. All right. We're gonna have this say weight tracker. Weight tracker, W-E-I-G-H-T. So let's end with the T so that I know my spacing's correct. W-E-I-G-H-T. Why is this so hard? W-E-I-G. I know it sounds ridiculous that I have to keep saying that, but I really do not want to spell this wrong. Ooh. Went a little rogue there. I was like, hey, those dots do not line up. That's an interesting G. I'm supposed to go. We're gonna do W-E-I. Promise you. I know how to spell. I was runner-up in the 5th grade spelling bee. You know what I spelled wrong to lose? Word haunts me to this very day. Doctor. Because when it was just me and one other girl, I got overconfident and overcocky. And I heard the word doctor and I was like, ooh, cake. And I spelled it too fast. And I spelled it wrong. And I'll never live that down. Wait. And then she had to spell doctor. Oh, no, she didn't because they corrected me. They hit the buzzer. Her word to win was garden. Come on. Like, to win, it's garden. We had harder words than that the whole time. Can you tell I'm still a little salty about it? But when I tell you I got a big trophy for runner-up, I mean, obviously her trophy was bigger for the champion, but I got like a 2-foot tall trophy. But yeah, my whole family was there. I heard the audible as soon as I spelled it wrong, and then I was just like, oh no, what did I do? I'm sure you can guess how I spelled it. But at least now, because of that moment, I will never misspell it again. Much easier to do a stencil going the correct direction of the word. I also tried to come up with like a cute name for weight tracker that wasn't weight tracker and came up empty. I'd like to ask you for suggestions, but it's too late now. The title is what it is. So maybe if you have any suggestions for next year, what we can call this spread that's not weight tracker, but just something fun or like tongue-in-cheek about tracking your weight, let me know. I'd love to change it up. So I think the last step is just coloring in the letters. And then that will be it for the weight tracker. I could put a little something something in these corners. To be honest, I don't know what that would be. These colors are pretty special. I don't think I have any washi tapes or anything that will match. If I happen to come across something, I can add it at another time. But yeah, I'm basically just killing time right now to let that dry a bit. So again, just to explain the functionality of this spread, we obviously have the days 1 through 31 here. Yes, I know my 31 is kind of cut off, but it literally just ends with a dot. Actually, let me show you, because I do track this way in my current everyday planner. So you can see I took it directly from here, a horizontal spread, and I just put a dot on the day. And then at certain points in the month, I will connect the dots. So on the 31st day, I just need space for the dot. So eventually it will look like all of these that I did for the year. So I'll be fine with that little space there. It took a lot for me to space this out and get 31 days in 12 times. So we're gonna call that good. Should I start coloring this in, or is that enough? Or not enough time to dry? What'd I do first, the T? And should I obviously need to stick with these colors, but do I still need to stick with this order? Probably. Yeah, because that's just how my brain works. So the W is gonna be that E, I, G, H, T. T gets the green. I'm gonna leave the tops off because I'm gonna be using them. Again, this was all not part of the plan. So the lesson here is either be okay going off of the plan and then not 100% loving the outcome, or plan better. That's the lesson. And I'm okay with that. Blue. These Tombow ones are so saturated. I feel like it's against planner rules to be mixing highlighter and marker brands like this. Now seeing these colored in, I definitely feel like I do need something in these corners. Like I can't just leave it bare. But like I said, since I didn't plan for anything, I'm just not gonna go through my whole stash right now. Just over the next few days, I'm just gonna kind of have a mental note when I'm flipping through all of my sticker books or my washi for anything else I'm doing, just to keep an eye out for something that would look cute in this spread. Oh God, I'm so glad that did not land wrong. So if I happen to add something to this before I edit and post this video, I will come back with a little post spread completion update and throw it on the end of the video. But if not, next junk drawer spread I post, I'll flip through it so you can see it. guess like worst comes to worst, I can just print and cut some little scale stickers. But like, how boring would that be? I don't know, I'm also getting very, it's because of the font, but I'm getting very like retro groovy vibes. I guess the font is called Groovy something. Oh, it's called Boogie Woogie. So I could also just print and cut some like retro looking smiley flowers in this color palette and kind of stick those around. That might be cute. Just try to avoid any potential disasters. All right. Like I said. Okay, so this is how I said at the end, you'll understand what I mean about a Dutch door if you didn't know that term already. So the Dutch door is where a part of your page is cut away to reveal one constant throughout the spread. So instead of having to do 2 separate weight tracker headers, because I just cut that part away from the top, I didn't have to. I saved myself some time. Gives it a little bit of a cool look, and this spread is done. Definitely need something here. I feel like now I'm feeling the smiley face flower vibe, so I think I'm gonna go look on Etsy for some retro smiley flower clip art. Hopefully I can get it done in this color palette, and I'll just stick a little bit here and there, and that will be that. So that is the end of this weight tracker spread in my junk drawer planner. I hope you liked it. Trust me, if you didn't, I know why, and my feelings won't be hurt. Progress, not perfection. I'll plan a little better next time, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.